Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be showing you how I achieve my 0 to 100 date night transformation. We all love a transformation on date night. I mean, if there's any time to catfish your way through life, it's on date night, am I right? Especially if it's with someone new. But I just thought that today I would show you my go-to look, because I always wear my makeup the same way. It doesn't matter what time of year it is, the products might change, but the look is always the same. So if you're looking for a date night makeup look for Valentine's Day in a couple of days, then you might find some inspo here, or if you're watching this in July, like I said, my look is always the same. So I'm going to show you all my tips and tricks and stuff. And Look Fantastic really kindly let me choose out some products to use in this video. It's not sponsored at all, but yeah, they did let me pick out a load of new makeup, so I'm so excited to put it on my face. I'm going to do a little bit of a makeup haul and just show you everything while I'm doing my face as well. So I never usually do my brows on camera because they just take me forever. They're the bane of my life, but today I'm gonna. So this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I got this in black because it looked like one of the only cool toned ones, and my eyebrows are quite dark. Look Fantastic have a discount code for you guys, which is so nice of them, and it is KatesBeautyStation for 20% off. Why is my speech so slow? I literally cannot focus on more than one thing at once. There are product exclusions, but I'm going to leave a link down below which includes all of the products that the discount applies to, just to make it a bit easier for you. And then if there's any specific products that you want, you can search it out from that list. So I've basically just lined underneath and above where I want my brow to be, kind of drawn in some little hairs at the front, and I'm going to just fill in the sparse patches that I have. Actually, I'm going to brush my brow hairs down and fill this in. So I picked up 4 foundations, which for any normal person is totally excessive, but I like to do different looks on Instagram, as you know, and I like different finishes. I like using different brands and stuff. So I wanted to pick up some tan shades because I've started wearing tan again and I just have a lot of pale foundations. So the first one that I got is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I bought this when it first came out in my pale shade and I just love it. It's been my most worn over the past few months, so I thought that I would get it in my tan shade. I also picked up the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Do you know what it is? I cannot be without this in my collection. I'd run out and I needed another one. I love this stuff so much. It's just OG Holy Grail. And then I've never tried any of Laura Mercier's foundations, so I picked up these two. This is the Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, and then I also got the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear, which is more of a matte finish. So which do I go for? That's the question. I want to try this one, but I feel like I don't have enough tan on for it. I feel like it might be slightly dark. I'm going to use the Anastasia one as well. I know that I love this formula. So I'm using the shade 310C. I love the fact that I've just picked out my perfect shade. I mean, it's not blended yet, but it looks like it's going to be my shade. Picking out your foundation shade online is like the most difficult thing ever. I actually love though that Look Fantastic have so many great brands. That's why I found it so hard to pick one foundation. But I did use one of those websites, you know, the foundation checker thing. It like matches you to different brands, so you can put in what shade you are with a brand that you know, and then it'll tell you what it thinks your shade should be in other brands, and that's what I did for these. And it's worked out pretty well. Also, when I'm doing my foundation, I will only ever apply one layer. So this foundation that I'm using is medium to buildable coverage, but if I want full coverage, I'll always just use a full coverage foundation rather than building up a medium coverage one, because I find that if I ever build up to more than one layer, it just starts to look like a layer of makeup on my skin, and I just don't want that. I like my skin to just look luminous, and I find the best way of doing that is only applying one layer of foundation. If I want to build up coverage in any areas, I will just do that with concealer. So I didn't pick up a concealer with my order because I just didn't need a new one, but I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer Holy Grail Concealer. Will I ever use a different one? It's doubtful. I really, really love this, but you can get this on Look Fantastic as well. So I think that this is great just for covering up any spots. I've got a little bit of pigmentation on my nose, and it's so great for underneath your eyes. If you suffer from dark circles like me, this is the one. I'm also going to be doing some loose waves in this video, guys, so I'll be showing you how to do that as well. So I've started cream contouring. I find it makes such a huge difference. Don't know why I haven't been doing it my whole life, but I picked up the YSL foundation stick in the shade B70. So I'm just going to place a little bit there, and I place it slightly above where my natural contour is, just so it's easier to blend out. I'm going to pop a little bit under my chin, and I don't really need any on my forehead, but I just feel like it balances it out, kind of bronzes my face up a little bit. And I usually use a sponge to blend my cream contour out, but today I'm going to risk it and I'm going to use a stippling brush. So why not try something new when you want your makeup to be perfect, eh? No, not feeling it, guys. I'm going to use my sponge. I usually use a different sponge to the one that I've just done my foundation with, but I can't be bothered to go and wet another one, so here we are. And I just kind of push that up so that it doesn't go beneath this line. And I just love that. It makes your face look so chiseled. I love it. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry I didn't have a video up on Sunday. I was so ill last week. Honestly, the beginning of the week I was just feeling really, really tired and run down. And then by Thursday I had full-on flu, so that was fun. And over the weekend my wisdom teeth decided to come through as well, so that was fun. Does anybody else have this thing where the wisdom teeth come through for like a few days, rip up their gums, and then just decide to go back down again? Because mine do that like every few months because my jaw's overcrowded, so they can't like fully come up. They got nowhere to go, so they just end up going back down, but it's so painful. To set my face, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and the joke's on me because I've had to go and wet another sponge anyway because I want to set it using a sponge. Okay, so if I'm going on a date, I won't bake because I just don't want my face to look heavy, but I will set my under eyes with a damp sponge. It just helps that whole area to look more flawless. But like I said, I don't leave that powder on there, I just press it into the skin. And I pop a little bit around my nose as well. Anywhere where your makeup can tend to crease. And then I'm just setting the rest of my face with a brush. I'm only sticking to the centre of my face because I'm gonna use a bronzer to set there. So I've got two bronzers, but the thing is they're not bronzers, they're setting powders, but they're for darker skin. I use them as a bronzer, and I like to set my cream contour using just a powder that's meant for darker skin. So I have the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder in the shade 4. And I also have MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. This is one that I've used for years. I usually use dark actually, but I picked up Give Me Sun for a change. It's pretty much the exact same colour. I'm going to use this one just because I know where I stand with this one. Like I said, I don't set where I've bronzed. I like to just deepen the bronze up. Ooh, that's a gorgeous colour. In the pan it looks the same shade as dark, but on it's much warmer. I really like that. I'm just going to bronze up my whole face with this. I am going to use the Laura Mercier Face Illuminator in the shade Seduction. So I thought that this would be so nice just over the top of my bronzer just to add a little bit of a glow. I like doing that sometimes. I usually just do it in the summer, but I thought since I've got a tan, why not? So for my blush, I am going to use the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish Trio in Constellation Dreams. So I love their Extra Dimension skin finishes. I use their blushes all the time. I love them. Fairly Precious and Telling Glow are my favourite ones. But these trios just look amazing. So I just used a shimmery bronzer there, but I love trios that include bronzer, blush and a highlight. I think that they're great for travelling and stuff. I'm just going to use the blush and the highlight out of here. I love a pink blush with a tan as well. I just think it looks so fresh faced. And then I always kind of blend my blush into my temples and put a little bit on my nose and my chin as well. It just kind of, it makes you look fresh faced, but it also just blends the colour together a bit. Time for eyes. I'm excited. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Camel palette. I just thought that this looked like the perfect everyday / nighttime / you could take it on holiday / you could put it in your makeup bag and it could just live there forever type palette. It's just all of the colours that I tend to gravitate towards. I think that this is like the perfect type of palette to do soft glam with. So I'm going to start off by popping a little bit of this shade, which is just like a gorgeous matte medium brown. These are quite cool toned as well. I'm just going to pop a little, ooh. Do you know what? This is my first time using anything by Natasha Denona. I am impressed at that colour payoff. I literally just dipped my brush in. I'm kind of placing it in the outer V, above my crease here, but then bringing it down into my crease. Does that make sense? And I've just tapped my brush in there again, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm just going to blend this out and build the colour up. I'm bringing it more onto the crease this time. I mean, not onto the crease, onto my lid. Literally 99% of the time that I do full glam makeup, I'll do it in this way, because it just flatters my eye shape the most, and I feel like it would flatter any eye shape, to be honest. And I love this bronze shade, but I'm not going to use it. I want to keep the lid bright. I always do that on a date. It just makes your eyes look bigger, and I'm going to use this shade for that. This is such a stunning palette. It's just the easiest shades to wear, but they blend so nicely. See how much that just brightens that eye up? I'm going to go back in with this shade into the crease and just darken it up ever so slightly. I'm going to bring it on the lid as well and just keep that V shape in the outer corner. I'm going to use the darkest shade in the palette just to create a little bit of a smoked out wing, and I'm just going to use a pencil brush to do this. If I'm just going on a date, I tend to do this, but if I'm going on a proper night out or something and I want the wing to be a bit more intense, I'll draw on a wing with liquid liner, and then I will smudge it out using a darker shadow. And I'm going to bring this all the way along my lash line, but to be honest, it would be better to do this part with a flat brush, but I can't find one right now, so I'm just using my pencil brush. So I've got MAC eyeliner in Coffee. So I mix this up. Sometimes I will just apply it to the tight line, and it just helps to obviously blend my lashes in. It's just a nice dark brown shade. I'm just going to bring this slightly into where I've created that wing just to deepen it up a little bit. I'm going to apply this to my waterline as well, which I think just gives it a bit of a sexier look, and it also brings my eye colour out a bit more, but sometimes I don't do this. This gives you a bit of a smoky look, but obviously it makes your eye look smaller. So sometimes I like to go for a big flirty eye, other times I like to go a bit sexier. I've gone sexier with this. So I've just gone and popped on some lashes, lashes make all the difference, don't they? These are just the Beverly Hills lashes from Backstage Beauty. So I'm gonna use this shade again on the same brush, and I'm just gonna pop that under my lower lash line. Guys, is there anything that I should watch on Netflix? I'm after a new series. Like, I watched part 3 of Sabrina so quickly, even though I was trying to like pace myself. You know, there was only, I think, 8 episodes, and I just love it so much. I'm obsessed with Sabrina. I love it so much. And I'm such a Harbrina shipper as well. Like, I really, really want them to get back together, but I also don't, because I feel like that would ruin the story. I feel like at some point in the future they will get back together. Like, they've got to, haven't they? But yeah, I'm kind of gutted that I've finished that, so if there's anything else that you would recommend, let me know. I'm sorry about all the lighting changes today, by the way, guys. The weather just does not know what it's doing. So I'm gonna use the darkest shade in this on my pencil brush. I'm literally just gonna use the tiniest amount, and I'm gonna apply that just to kind of the outer third of my lower lash line. I've just realised that I didn't do my highlight, so we're going to go back in with that. I have just applied a lighter highlight to my brow bone and my inner corner, just because this one is a little bit too gold for that, I think. So I'm going to use a little bit of this on my cheekbones. I used this the other day. It's quite a natural finish, but honestly, I quite like that. I'm a little bit over blind and highlight. Never thought I'd see the day. I mean, I still love it, don't get me wrong, but I'm into, although this isn't a matte look, I'm into a matte look with no highlight at all, which I never thought I'd be into. And I think just a nice little glow is all we need. So for my lips, I've got MAC Spice Lip Pencil. It's just a gorgeous kind of reddish nude, and I've got a choice of 2 lippies. So the first one is this NARS lip gloss in the shade Sweet Dreams. How gorgeous is that? It's like a nudie kind of shimmery pink, very, very pretty. Or I have the NARS tinted, what is this called? The NARS oil infused lip tint in the shade Orgasm, and you guys know that I am obsessed with the lip balm version of this, so I'm gonna have to use this, aren't I? By the way, loads of you keep asking me if I've been getting more lip filler. I actually haven't had them topped up in ages. I'm due a top up. I just overline them. So I always do the same for my lips on dates. I'll always line them using a red or pink toned nudish lip liner, and I'll put a tinted balm on. My usual one, like I said, is the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm, but I'm going to use the oil infused gloss. I just think that a lip balm or a lip gloss, especially these NARS ones, a lip oil, sorry, is such a good idea, because this is literally like a gloss, but it hydrates your lips and it's not sticky like a gloss. So if you're going to be getting any kisses, then it's just like the perfect thing. And I like something that is sort of pinkish nude, because it's just my favourite shade for dates. I don't tend to go for like a nude or a peach or anything like that. I always stick with pinks. And I always finish off with a setting spray. I didn't get this in this order, but it is available at Look Fantastic, and I use it every single day. It's the Algenist Splash Setting Mist, and I always just use one, especially if I'm wearing a lot of powders. It just melts them all together. I love this one as well. It's quite hydrating and it just sits really nicely. The spray, like the mist, is so fine. It's amazing. So for my hair, I'm going to use the GHD Classic Wave Wand. I've wanted to try this for absolutely ages, and I saw that Look Fantastic had it and I just needed to pick it up. So I've just kind of sectioned my hair off in 2 sections, and I'm going to just wrap my hair around. Obviously this is quite, oh my god, I look so weird like this. This is quite like a large barrel, so I don't think that this would work for short hair. They have, oh, they've got one exactly like this but with a tapered end, which I think would work better for short hair. My hairdresser used to use that on me when I had short hair. But oh, I love that. I love just like loose waves. So I'm basically just gonna go around my head, and I did the last curl wave away from my face, so I'm gonna do this one towards it. You know the drill by now. I feel like everyone does their hair the same in these videos. I mean, how many ways are there to curl your hair? Actually loads, but this is just the way that I do it, and it's the easiest. It literally takes me about 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna finish this off and I will be back to you. I do hold the curl for a few seconds as well, just to let it cool down. It makes your wave or your curl last longer. Guys, I am obsessed with that waving wand. I absolutely love my hair. It is so cute. I am gonna be using that all the time. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think about my date night look, and if you'll be putting it to use, remember that you can use my code KatesBeautyStation for 20% off your Look Fantastic order. Like I said, I'll leave the links to all of the products that I've used, but I'll also leave the link to all of the products that the discount does apply to. Be sure to give the video a cheeky little thumbs up as usual if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!